Here's three things I wish I knew at 17 that I now know at 27. And a lot of these videos, they speak to people that are 95 years old, like on their deathbed, and they're like, what's the secret to life? What do you wish you knew? But sometimes that's not relatable to a lot of people, where it's like they're too old, they're too far ahead. The world's changed a lot. So I feel like people watching this, if you're 16, 17, 18, around that age, like this will be more relatable. Someone who's just 10 years ahead and talking back to you, like this is a video I wish I had when I was that age. So a bit of context for me at 17 years old. So I'm from Wales in the UK originally, and I was from a super small town where there wasn't much going on. I was pretty insecure, I was pretty shy, doing the same thing every single day. I was just wanting to earn money, I wanted to fit in, like I wanted people around me to like me, like that sort of stuff. The thing about being 17, being that age, a lot of the time you're not comfortable in your own skin yet. You're not sure who you are yet. So you really want to fit in. You want the people around you to like you. It's not, will I like these people? It's, will these people like me? And there's this desperate thing for the people around you to like you. So it's like at that age, you're not comfortable like you're in your own skin. And I especially wasn't. So if you are feeling like that, just know it's normal. So that's what I was like at 17 in this small town in the middle of nowhere, really shy, really insecure, had a small group of friends, mainly around football and sports and things like that. But I really wasn't that happy. I was just like, had a girlfriend I was quite happy with. I had a job I was okay with. I had a group of friends that were okay. Like everything was okay. Everything was small. Everything was good enough. Whereas now I've moved over to Australia, I'm 27, I live on the Gold Coast, I've got my dream partner, I work for myself, I travel around, got my dream body, high value social circle, I've invested over $50,000 in personal development like coachings and trainings. And it's like talking back to my 17-year-old self, there's a lot of things I tell him, but these are the three main things. So number one is learn to do boring stuff. In this day and age especially, people are so hyper focused on the stimulating stuff. They got TikTok brain, they got Instagram brain, they're addicted to YouTube, they're addicted to video games, they're addicted to drugs or alcohol. It's like when you can do the boring things, that sets you apart so much. When you can actually learn how to focus on one thing at a time. Like when everyone else is jumping from one thing to the next, how are they going to build anything great? Like if you're watching this, chances are you want to build a business or you want to earn a lot of money, be great in your career. You'll never do that if you haven't got a good attention span, if you can't stick to one task for long enough. Because so many people, like I even find myself doing it, if I watch too much content online, I sit down to try and do a task, maybe it's writing, maybe it's coaching calls, and I find myself getting distracted and I want to jump from task to task whenever I get agitated, whenever I get uncomfortable. But when I learn to focus more, that's when I really did my best work. That's when I really built meaningful things. So learning how to focus, learning how to do the boring things. Like if you're watching this, replace screen time for reading, not just for the information you'll learn, but for the slowness, for the patience, for the focus that you'll adapt. It's the skills you learn through reading, through doing the boring stuff, rather than actually what's inside the books. Like what's inside the books will be great, but what you learn from reading isn't the information, it's the practice of sitting down, being mindful and taking it slow, being patient, learning to focus. It's like a meditative state. If you meditate, if you read, if you do these slow things, if you calm down your mind, if you're not overstimulated all the time, like this will set you apart so much more. So if I was 16, 17, 18 watching this video, I'd ask myself every day, how can I optimize for doing boring things? How can I optimize for learning how to focus, to be patient, to not be overstimulated? And the number one piece of advice from that is delete TikTok. If you're not posting content online, you shouldn't have TikTok. You shouldn't have these things that drain your potential, drain your dopamine systems. Like if you're watching TikTok all the time, your dopamine systems will be getting burnt out so much, like overused to the point where nothing else is enjoyable. If you're watching porn all the time, like nothing else is going to live up to that high. When that is so hyper stimulating and then you go and try and read a book, you try and meditate, that's going to be so boring in comparison because that's so hyper stimulating. So once you cut out those things, you can actually enjoy the boring things. And when you enjoy the boring things, that's when you learn how to focus, and that's when you learn how to do great work. And that's how you learn how to build businesses or hold down a relationship or go to the gym for a long time or have a good social circle, by learning how to focus. So number one is learn how to do the boring things. And that includes deleting TikTok. All right, the second thing I tell my younger self is find the thing you want to do for the rest of your life and then become the best at that thing. Like, your job right now isn't to know what you want to do for the rest of your life, it's to find what you want to do for the rest of your life. Like, most of your teens, most of your 20s is just finding what you want to do for the rest of your life. Because when you're in your late 20s, when you're in your 30s, when you're in your 40s, that's when you really build the empire. But until then, you're really finding the empire that you want to build. You're finding the thing that you love. So if you're watching this and you don't feel like you have your life figured out, you don't know what your purpose is, you don't know what your direction is in life, that's okay. That is totally okay. You're not supposed to know right now. I'd be surprised if you were watching this at that age and you actually knew what you wanted to do for the rest of your life. Like, at this age, it's all about finding things. It's trying things. It's testing life. You've got so much freedom. You've got so little responsibility to you. Like, this is the time you should be trying different things, taking the risk, moving from home, moving to the other side of the world, moving country, moving city, meeting people, pushing your limits. Like, take the risk now to see what you actually like. And the main thing to find what you want to do for the rest of your life is to follow your curiosity. Whatever you're curious in, whatever you're interested in, whatever lights you up, whatever unique thing there is about you, follow that interest and walk that path. And as soon as you start walking that path, the path will change along the way. Like, it doesn't mean that this is the path for the rest of life. You start walking that and then the rest of the journey appears. Like, sometimes the path doesn't reveal itself until you start walking. So find what you're curious about, follow those interests, and that's how you find out what you want to do for the rest of your life. So whatever you're interested in, find other people who are also interested. See how they're making money maybe, or see how they're mastering their craft. So whatever you're interested in, follow your curiosity, follow that interest, find other people like you. Take an apprenticeship, work under someone that you aspire to be like. So number 2 is to find the thing you want to do for the rest of your life. It doesn't mean you have to know it yet. Just find the thing you want to do and then do that. Become the best at that. And this includes taking risks. So moving from your hometown, moving from where you live right now, meeting new people, introducing yourself to new people, reaching out to new people. So that is huge, okay? And number 3 would be, don't worry about losing friends. You're going to lose friends, and that's okay. As you leave school and the school system, that was set up with these parameters. You come to school at this time, you do these same things, and you're with these people all day, every single day. You're gonna become friends with these people. But once that school system isn't there anymore and you are leaving, you're becoming your own individual person. You won't have the same interests as a lot of those people, so you're naturally going to drift away from them. You'll spend less time with them, but so many people want to hold on to friendships far too long, and that's what kills so many dreams. They hold on to people just because they want to be liked, just because they need that social interaction. When you can move away from those friendships and actually find people who better suit your future, rather than holding on to the people that were in your past, that's when you'll create massive strides in life. That's when you'll feel truly connected, because loneliness isn't having no people around you. Loneliness is having people around you but still feeling lonely, like no one resonates with you. These people aren't like you. You don't want to be like these people. Like, that's the loneliest feeling you will ever have. So don't be scared to be lonely. Like, actually find people who have the same interests as you, have the same future as you, and then become closer with them, and that will fuel your dreams so much more. So don't be scared to drop friendships. Like, you're becoming your own individual person, and the people you were friends with in school, you won't be friends with for the rest of your life, and that's okay. There'll be certain friendships you'll stay close with, but overall it's not going to be like that, and just know that's okay. So number 1 is learn how to do boring things. Stay focused, learn patience, don't be hyper-stimulated by TikTok. Delete that. If you're not posting content, delete the social medias. You don't need them. Number 2 is, your job right now isn't to know what you want to do for the rest of your life, it's to find the thing you want to do for the rest of your life. So be patient with that, take risks, try different things out until you find what you love. And number 3 is, it's okay to lose friendships. That's natural, it's normal. You're becoming your own individual person. So be okay with the drift. Be okay with finding new people and removing old people. And that's how you really find the people that you resonate with, because you can feel so lonely in a group of people when you don't resonate with them. So it's okay to feel lonely while you're transitioning into your new group. So there are 3 tips. Hope you enjoy. I'd love to hear your comments below. Drop your comment below with your experience if you're around this age, and tune in tomorrow. I'm dropping a video every single day for 30 days. See what happens.